All right, so now we have the last of these secondary backgrounds, the ones that come from the Exmontal Plains. So now we've got Philosopher. So you are at home inside your own head, analyzing the nature of the world and its inhabitants. This seems sort of, I mean, this one's interesting just because obviously scholars give you more interest in lore. So they both give you, right, the same benefit, like knowledge, but it's worded differently because scholars obviously study information, whereas a philosopher, you analyze the world, not from scholarship. So I kind of think that's interesting. I just don't know if they were trying to pad out the backgrounds, but let's see. Let's find out what happens with Philosopher. All right, so let's check out Klenda the Philosopher, deep thinker, heavy hitter. All right. People in the caravan say you've been getting into all kinds of deep conversations. What's your angle? I used to spend a lot of time reasoning about good and evil, right and wrong. It's part of my nature. I was a teacher before I came here. I don't believe in anything. I spent a lot of time challenging other people's beliefs. What? They give you a devil's advocate option? Okay. All right, let's just go in order. I actually like these. These are interesting. I spent a lot of time reasoning about good and evil, right and wrong. All right, so how'd you happen to come here? I came to put theories into practice. I realized it was a tremendous waste of time. I was frustrated that there seemed to be no way to be able to prove any of it. Oh, those are really interesting, but I don't like the... I realized it was all a big waste. That's a terrible option. How awful. I like the I came to put my theories into practice. I think that one's pretty interesting. Then it was time for you to move on. Okay, I like that one. So we've done this one. So it's the part of my nature. I was a teacher before I came here. Let's find out what Klenda the teacher is up to. All right, so how's it you happen to come here? What? I had an affair with a student, was then jilted by both the student and my husband or my wife? Why would they make this an option? Who would pick this? This is actually worse. I didn't think anything could be worse than the clergy. Being implied that you're a teacher who has an affair with your student and then, like, is jilted by the student. The fact that it says jilted is worse. I hate this. This is so horrible. This is worse than the clergy. I didn't think this was possible. Wow. This is terrible. Who would pick these? If you pick these, I don't know what you're trying to get out of this story. Oh my god. The other ones, who cares? I lived in a town of imbeciles that didn't care for the material I taught. I always thought I could do more. Yeah, who cares? And next to the, I'm a horrible, like, unethical person, and I'm an unethical spouse. That's the worst. This is awful. These are oh man, I didn't think anything could be worse than the clergy sleeping with, like, your own parishioners. This is worse. These are both worse. They're the same thing. They're awful. I'm not picking either of those. That's terrible. Out of these, I do like I lived in a town of imbeciles who didn't care what material I taught. I bet Klenda's gonna be like, oh well, it comes with the territory. Okay, we've all got things to leave behind. Man, why? That's wild. Why would they put those in this game? Like, why are they there? Who's that for? Who wants to... I know that it's roleplay specific, and I know that the whole point of this channel, such as it is so far, is looking at, okay, what makes, like, a good story or not. And sure, I suppose maybe for someone wanting the I had an affair with my student could make for a redemption story, but I wouldn't want to start there. That's awful. Oh my god. Klenda the horrible barbarian teacher. That's awful. I like better the everyone I taught was stupid, so I left. Damn. What a... Oh my god. I can't believe they put that in there. Oh, no, this one could be... Okay. It's not as ethically horrible, I think, is what was going on with the I'm being a teacher. But giving you the devil's advocate, like, I don't believe in anything, I just challenge other people's beliefs, it's at least a funny, I don't know, it reads to me as being very funny. All right, so how'd you happen to come here? I was persecuted by the religious. Not believing in anything turned out to be excessively boring. Why do anything? These are actually great. I actually really like the why do anything. Is this Homer with the Homer, why all the black? I don't know. Why all the pearls? Why all the hair? Why all the anything? Like, why do anything? I actually really like the why do anything. In fact, I really like it. Why do anything? Kaliska's eyes narrow. Oh no, you're not dragging me into your black void of despair. We're gonna talk about something normal, whether you like it or not. This has been the most interesting response that she has had of the default responses. That's hilarious. Okay, this is actually great. I like this. I like Philosopher. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, wow. What a way to I think maybe wrap up these alternate backgrounds. Let's see if there's any more, but I don't think anything's going to top Philosopher. Clergy and Philosopher are just genuinely the most interesting so far. Oh, Slave had some really interesting ones. Slave, Clergy. Oh man, but just slept with my student. So terrible.